Hello and welcome back to Seconds Out. My name is Ayman Khan here with exciting Australian super featherweight getting ready for March 29th, just 10 days away against Oscar Valdez. Liam Wilson. Liam, how you doing, sir?
I'm going very good, man. Thank you. Training's gone very well. We're closing in on fight date, and we're finishing this last hard week of training. Start to relax a little and get ready for the fight date, March 29, and everything's going to plan. I'm feeling good.
Also, happy birthday. I hope you being in bed isn't the sign of the times of a real rocking birthday, right?
100%. Rest and recovery.
Rest and recovery. Are these camps always harder when you've got to fit it around like a birthday or anything?
Yeah, I'm doing the camp over in Vegas at the moment, so I'm away from all the bad things back home, friends, family, kids, all the distractions back home. So I spent my birthday over here, just hard in camp and focusing on the job at hand.
How do you celebrate, or do you just not celebrate at all?
I didn't celebrate at all. No, I think no, I didn't actually. I didn't celebrate at all.
It's a bit sad,
But
isn't it?
yeah, I just wish I had my kids here. Like I'll see them this weekend, but it's unfortunate, but they'll understand what I'm doing and why I'm over here. I'm putting in the hard work for a win against Oscar Valdez. So
I get that that's a real motivator for you, your children.
100%. They came over last time when I fought Navarrete. They seen I come up short, and I want to change the outcome and leave the place as a winner. Something I can tell them is when they grow up. Look back on photos, and that we went to Arizona again to fight another great champion in Valdez, and we got the win.
Each boxer is different, and then it's good to get the perspective of different fighters as to whether they let their children watch them fight or not. But you do.
Yeah, yeah. I just think it is what it is. Like they see me training at home, they see me come home from training. They know what I'm doing. They come to the gym and watch me train. They know I'm a boxer. I'm the hero. So I think it'd be rude of me not to let them see what I do. So and what I'm training hard for.
Well, I get to watch you on March 29th against Oscar Valdez. Have you been watching the tape on him? Are you a type of fighter that likes to study your opponents?
Briefly, not too much. I like to focus on myself, focus on my own task. My trainer looks into that. I trust his wording and his outlook on the fight, and then we go to training sessions and work on what he suggests. But yes, I do have a look. I don't go too into it though. I rather focus on myself.
Yeah, I got to speak to him a few weeks back, and I found out that he's a big fan of Australia in the form of Steve Irwin. I don't know if you and him share a same appreciation for Steve growing up.
Yeah, no, it's pretty interesting to hear that, and it's good to hear actually. Steve Owen is a massive icon back home. I think the whole country looks up to him. So to hear my fellow opponent does as well, it's kind of cool.
He's got a croc or a gator himself, hasn't he?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He does actually.
Bit of
Yeah,
a
it was
weird
very
one.
interesting, and now it makes complete sense. It's like, oh wow, there you go.
Both you inspired by Steve. He can do, and we've seen him do both styles in the ring. He can box a bit and he can come forward and look for that fight. Which are you looking for him to do on March 29th?
I'm expecting a bit of both. I think in his last recent fights, he's been working on his boxing. Um, he's been working on his boxing, but I know he still has that in him. He's a Mexican warrior, and just it's us as fighters when the fight starts getting tough. That's what you kind of revert to. I know I do. I feel like it's going to be a tough fight for my end and his end, and I feel like we'll both see glimpses of both of it from either of us.
Do you feel that with the style that you have, because people look at you more than forward looking for that knockout KO, that maybe sometimes your boxing skills and IQ gets overlooked?
Yes, definitely, definitely. And my game plan is to box what's in front of me. I plan on using my boxing ability. I have a good boxing background, and I want to showcase that come fight night. I know that somewhere throughout the fight we'll probably get stuck in, and we'll see where the fight takes us. But I know I have a few areas to go down if I have to. I'm not one dimensional, and yeah, we'll see what happens.
Where did the want for you to get stuck in and really kind of have those type of fights come from?
Man, to be honest, I always had this fighting knack inside me. Since a young kid, my idols were Morales, Marquez. Um, I just enjoy it. That's my definition of a fight is getting stuck in. That's what I see myself as time has gone on and the amateur boxing got at a high level. I had to revert to using my brains a bit. So I always had this boxing mentality. I mean, this fighting mentality that I had to try and incorporate into my boxing mentality. So it was a weird one, but I've made it work for my career. I've been very busy and active throughout my whole 18 years of boxing, and it's working for me.
I wonder if any of the boxing things that you like that you appreciate you've seen in Valdez specifically. I remember one moment the fight with Bachel, although he boxed to victory, but that one knockout that he set up on the back foot was something else.
Yep. He's a great boxer. He's a great boxer. He had a good amateur background himself, and I think that's paid dividends in where he is today. He's a Mexican warrior. He has that in his blood to get in there and go to war if he needs to. But he has a good boxing brain, good boxing IQ, and it's got him to. I think that has got him to where he is today, as well as the get in and get stuck in mindset as well. He's an all round fighter. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I think that's what makes this fight very interesting. Is we both can box, we can both fight if we have to, and I have a sense that he will want to prove to the world that he still has it, as you would think. He was a former world champion in two divisions. He's coming off two losses against Shakur Stevenson and Emmanuel Navarrete. But that's nothing to be ashamed about. They're the two best in the world at the moment in the lighter divisions. So it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, because you led me on nicely to my next question. You beat Valdez, and sure, he's had a couple of losses, but it's still a statement win for you.
Yeah, for sure. It's a statement win, and for me, I just want to show the world that my last year's performance against Navarrete wasn't a fluke.
Mm.
It's me as a fighter. That's years and years of hard work, my dedication to the sport, and what I can do in the ring. So I'm excited for this fight. I've been preparing very hard, and I hope the whole world tunes in because I have a feeling this one's going to be one of those all-time greats, classics.
Off of the back of the experience that you had in the Navarrete match, I wanted to ask you, first of all, you're going to be keeping a keen eye on the scales at the weigh-in?
Absolutely, absolutely, man. Like, that was very unfortunate what happened, but like they said, I weighed in at 126 pounds. That's featherweight. If that's legit, why wouldn't I be fighting at featherweight? So it is what it is. It's in the past. We're not dwelling on it. I've got a different customer in front of me, and that's Oscar Valdez. I trust that he's a true professional. But we'll be keeping a close eye on that sort of thing. We won't be making that mistake two times around.
And the other side of it as well, too, in the back of your mind, are you worried that, should it go to the scorecards that maybe you might not get the result?
Look, it's definitely against me, but I've been training very hard for an all-out war. So I'm ready for this fight to go distance, but make sure in that time I put in the best possible work that I can do. I'm ready for this fight, no matter how it ends. I'm going to stand my authority, and we'll see where the fight goes. We're two dangerous fighters. It's not just him trying to prove something. I am too. I'm still a young fighter, and I want to prove to the world that last year's performance wasn't a fluke. Who I think I am as a fighter, I want to show the world who I am.
Who do you count as an outsider yourself? And maybe you would pick Navarrete. Sorry, maybe you would pick. Yeah, you would pick Navarrete as this fighter. But who would you count as from the title holders as the best in the division?
Um, well, if Navarrete is still in the division, he doesn't move up. He's still arguably the best in the division. Look what he's done. Ashaki Foster is very good. Um, yeah, like it's really who's who sort of performance here. Like, yeah, we have to fight off and see.
Foster said he's open to the having fighting the winner of this fight?
Yep. Yeah, man, I'm open for that. You know, in my 15 fights, I've fought some very tough fights. I believe in the 15 fights I've had, I'm pretty experienced in a short career. You know, I'm always looking to test myself, fight the best fighters out there. I truly believe that I definitely rise to the occasion with the caliber of fighter that I fight. And you know, what's one more hard one after this one? You know, like boxing is a short game. I'm 28 years old now. I've worked too hard for so many years to fuck around and play boxing. I'm here to compete. I'm here to win.
You had that early loss in your career to Joe Nainoy, but you're able to get that back quite quickly. Is it frustrating not be able to get that Emmanuel Navarrete loss back quickly, or at least the opportunity to fight him back quickly?
Yeah, yeah. See, like I would have loved to have the rematch straight away. Um, you know, I don't know if that ship sailed. It seems as if it might have him moving up potentially. But it is what it is. You know that decision and outcome is out of my hands. My mindset as a person, as a fighter, is I want redemption.
Mm.
If that fight does arise or that opportunity is there after this, I think that would make for that's a very big fight for the boxing world to see. You know, I did lose against Navarrete, but you know it was very competitive up until that time.
Liam, you're an exciting fighter. You can hear from my voice that I'm from the UK. Do you keep your eyes on any of the UK fighters? There's some fights going on. Gill versus Barrett is happening. You got Cordina as well, who's British,
Yeah,
holds the title.
yeah, I do a little bit. I actually said to my trainer the other day, I seen something about Leigh Wood moving up.
Mm.
I think that fight does interest me a lot. You know, I mean, every fight in the division interests me. If you're world champion or one of the best in the world, let's make the fight happen. But Leigh Wood, his stylistically, I think that fight is just it's got heaps of stuff written over it. Like that's got a classic written all over that one. You know, he showed a lot of guts, a lot of mongrel in him, and I believe I do as well. So we'll see what happens after this fight. Um, I'll get the win, and we can reassess. We can have a big fight back in Australia or the UK. Our promoters can talk, but yeah, you know, I'm open to that.
Couple of things away from this to get your thoughts on. Are you a big boxing fan? Did you watch Joshua versus Ngannou last week?
I did, yeah, I did. I did watch it, man. I did. It was it kind of shakes up the heavyweight division, puts him back in there with, you know, obviously going against Tyson Fury's performance against Ngannou, and then comparing it to Joshua's. It really chucks it up in the mix, and yeah, we'll see what happens. You know, we've got the fight with Fury and Usyk to go through yet, and yeah, it's interesting, man. Same with Joe Parker as well. You know,
Mm.
like he fought on the undercard, and it's man, like he's made his comeback very evident. Beat Deontay Wilder, beat Yang, so Zhang. To me, it's very exciting, man.
Who would you pick if Fury and Joshua to meet?
Fury, Fury, definitely. I think Fury underestimated Ngannou. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. It's heavyweight boxing as well. The one punch away from victory at any time. Yeah, I don't know. But I'd probably have to lead to Tyson Fury. I'm more of a fan.
Bring this back to you, Liam. March 29th. I'll leave the final word with you. What happens in your fight with Oscar Valdez?
Mate, I'm expecting an all-out war. Please, everybody tune in. I'm excited for this one. This is where I best perform against the tough fighters. And as a young kid, this is where I've always dreamed of being. In these tough fights, I looked up to the Mexican greats, Marquez Morales, and in some sense, I'm fighting the modern day version of them, Navarrete, Valdez, and I never would have thought as a young kid I'd be in the position that I'm in, and I'm gonna take it with both hands and fight the fight of my life.
I said that was the final one, but just one thing's just popped into my head. You're gonna have Canelo in attendance surely as well, right?
Yeah, you think so? You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'd be cool, man. I'd love to meet him, and you know, he's one of the best ever, so it'd be great.
Great fight in prospect of great fight. It will be indeed. Liam, all the best. Thank you so much for speaking to Seconds Out. So it's been a pleasure speaking to you.
Thank you, sir.